love, but I lead, she follows. Make love like there's no tomorrow. Like Showtime at the Apollo.
Sure, you best dressed tonight.
You have such beautiful teeth.
Oh my God, thank you. Don't flatter me. What does black excellence mean to you?
I'm looking at it.
Who is someone that believed in you when the world did not believe in you?
You.
Yes, that's very true.
Tell us the truth!
All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Dr. BOA. Yep, I got time today. As a man who has worked to build himself into the very best version of himself that he could be, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, you have to understand what you need to represent you in a wife. The spotlight is not somewhere you want your wife to be. If your wife is in the spotlight, you think about all of the temptations and all of the motivations and all of the adulation that comes from that for you. And you're a strong man. Now put your wife in that same situation. You must understand that if your wife isn't dedicated to the role of traditional wife, she's not a wife, she's a partner. So you have to ask yourself, do you want a partner or do you want a wife? What you saw in that first clip was Simone Biles and Jonathan switch clothes to go along with some little prank with his old lady. To following his woman, he dresses in her clothes. When the Bible expressly says, the man shall not wear that which pertained to the woman, and the woman shall not wear that which pertained to the man. So not only are we in a society where everyone is saying a child has the right to choose whether they want to be a boy or a girl, no matter what he was born as. Now you have grown men putting on their woman's clothes just to play games. It's a joke to them. The word of God is a joke to you all. Living a life that's pleasing to God is a joke to you all. And that is why the circumstances and situations in the United States are what they are for American black people. In that second clip, you saw David Banner, Mississippi OG producer and rapper. Let's give him credit for both. You saw him talking to a woman who was interviewing him, just flirting, right? But the problem is that woman stated in her comments that she's already taken. She already has a fiance. She's already tied in. But because she's out in the public eye like that, there's men flirting with her, men of means, men of fame and notoriety. And let's be honest, don't you dare expect your woman to be able to deal with that temptation. Well, you know how hard it is to deal with it as a man. Don't expect your woman to have the strength that you have when you send her out into the world, into a man's world, to deal with these things. So let's look at Mars Chestnut, talk about how his wife is just a helpmeet. And you're going to hear this man express all the man needs to be responsible for. If you're providing, the household is her responsibility. But let's also listen to a traditional woman talk about how amazing that is to be able to comfortably be in that traditional wife role. But let's remember, Mars Chestnut is in his 50s. His wife is about the same age. They've been married for about 30 years. But let's take a listen to this clip when we come back and chop it up on a real tip.
It feels really good. Like, he's very, very supportive. I feel protected by him. I don't have any stress when he leaves home. It feels really good.
Incredible. Incredible. She holds the house down. She allows me to be able to go out and go to job and just be able to focus on the job. I know the house is held down. I literally I go at the house, I sleep and I wake up and I eat. And she handles everything, like everything in the house she handles.
Well, I love his fans. I love the way they love him, that he wouldn't be where he is without them. So I appreciate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
First of all, what you see is a man who is the breadwinner. He provides, he protects. As black men, we have no problem with provision and protection, but this is what you must be. The problem is, many of these women have tried to be wives to men who couldn't provide and protect. So they had to be a traditional wife, but a modern woman at the same time. And I say this to you as a man. You cannot expect her to be a modern woman and go out and deal with the rigmarole of this society to get the paper and then expect her to come home and be a traditional wife at the same time. You can't expect that. See, you going out getting the money, providing and protecting, that's traditional man. Traditional woman is at home taking care of the house. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is how it's supposed to be. So all you women who have a problem with taking care of the house, it's your job to take care of the house. The man shouldn't have to do no cleaning. The man shouldn't have to do no cooking unless he chooses to. If he's a gourmet chef like me, you get with a gourmet chef like BOA, baby girl, you're going to get some fine cuisine prepared for you, because that's just what I enjoy doing sometimes. Brings me peace to piece together and prepare and prep an amazing 5-star cuisine. So other than that, everything is yours. You do all of the laundry, you do all of the cooking, you do all of the cleaning, you do all of the child care. A man doesn't care for children. He teaches children. He trains children. He makes sure children understand that there's a thin line between love and respect. He teaches them. You care for them. And this is a situation where the man said, bro, all I got to do, I get up, I eat, I go to work, I come home. That's all I got to do. And that is fair. But you never heard that woman say she had to pay any bill. She says she feels safe. She feels comfortable. She feels protected. Why does she feel protected? Because that man has put the woman in his life who fills the position. If you're a man and you have the woman who fits the wife position in your life perfectly, and you still do her dirty, man, you're a sucker. You weak. If you're a woman and you have a man who provides and protects and puts you in a position to be in that wife position, he does the husband position perfectly, and you still mess him over, you foul. You weak. If somebody's been married for less than 5 years, they don't have this. You're either in a partnership. See, here's what a partnership is. We both do equal parts of the same thing. That's a partnership. If I go out and get money and you all go out and get money and we come home and we split the household chores and we do all of that, if you like that, that's fine. I'm just showing you an example of what a traditional marriage looks like. And if you men want this, you see what kind of woman you got to have. You got to have a woman who doesn't get in the way. Notice how she says she loves his fans. You know how black women feel about Morris Chestnut, how they've always felt about Morris Chestnut. So when you think about it, his wife is perfectly okay with that, because you know what he does? He takes care of his responsibility as a husband and father. He does that. So she has no need to be concerned about anything. We haven't heard anything about this old lady. Hell, until recently, we ain't even seen her. You think about all these years. You think about Boys in the Hood, and you think about how long ago that movie was, bro. You think about all the other movies he's been in, bro. We're talking when he was young, when he was in his teen years. All since then, we ain't never seen this lady. You know why? Because she be at home chilling. Now, at this point, the children are grown. The children are out. He takes his wife out with him and shows her the other side of his life, because she has helped him be able to achieve the things he's achieved by taking care of the household, by taking care of the children, by taking care of his needs emotionally, physically, by taking care of all of those things and giving him the freedom to go out and just be great. And I'm sure along the way, she's contributed some ideas. She's contributed some work, especially in the beginning, when things are new. I guarantee she contributed something. This is why I'm telling you, men, especially you young men, for us OGs, we past that time. We're past the time to meet a woman who going to help us grow. Now, you can meet a woman who at that level, but you ain't at that level no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find a woman. If you want to have a wife in your life, you got to find a woman who fits the position that's available in your life. Not some cookie cutter tradition or not any of that. You got to find a woman who fits the position in your life. See, there's a way that this works in your life, and you've got to find a woman who fits it. But the worst mistake you can ever make is to try to put a woman in that position who doesn't fit, because all of the energy connection and all of the turmoil and the tumultuous nature of the relationship that comes from that, you're going to be affected by it forever, and you just don't need it. You got to protect that position in your life. You know how you protect your money, you protect your wealth, you protect your health. Now you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself by not allowing the wrong woman in that position. But I'm going to tell you, brothers, as you can see from this example, when you get the right woman in the position, you look at how the man is cheesing. He's cheesing. Why? Because his wife is singing his praises. You got women out here, man, that don't do nothing but complain. Now, I'm going to say this to y'all. If you ain't got no husband, you don't get no provision. You don't get to just meet a man and be like, well, you should give me some money. Why should I give you some money? What have you done? Well, I'm sleeping with you. Well, you slept with other people. Why? If everybody that sleep with you got to give you money, why ain't you got no money? That's my question. If everybody you ever been with got to break bread, why ain't you got no bread? So let's not play that game. Let's look at it from a realistic perspective. If you are a woman who always grew up wanting a husband, wanting to be a wife, wanting all of those things, then you carried yourself that way. And so you're not coming to a man with multiple children by multiple men talking about, I want to be your wife. You're not coming to a man who haven't spent your entire life not doing much of anything and then want to be somebody's wife. You haven't, and this is not no fault of yours. If you've gone through certain things emotionally and physically and mentally, you need to go heal yourself before you're equipped to do these things. Because here's what you got to understand. If a man is in a position to provide and protect, he wants a certain quality of woman there. Otherwise, you're going to have to go and find a partner. Or maybe some man you got to take care of. You got to go 50-50. You know, many of you women are only going to get 50-50. That's all you're going to get. And you may get 70-40 where you paying, 70-30 where you paying 70, 60-40 where you doing 60. You may get that. But to have a man who's going to provide and protect, you have to find some way along that man's journey to benefit. That's why I tell you, men, you can't date down. You can sleep down, but you can't mate down. You can't go down and get a wife as far as quality goes. You got to have a woman who can come in and contribute something to your life. You got to have that. And if you're a man who don't want no children, you don't need no wife. What you going to do with a wife if you don't want to have no family? Wives are for family building, for legacy building. If you don't want to build no legacy, you don't need a wife. You just stay out there and keep traipsing around and sleeping around like a male 304 doing what you're doing. But if you want a family and you want legacy, man, you got to have a wife, bro. And I'm going to tell you, she got to be a woman that's dedicated to you. And how does she prove that dedication? By taking care of every single responsibility you give her with a smile on her face. You look at this woman, she has a smile on her face. You look at this man, he has a smile on his face because the woman is giving him the feminine emotional connection that he needs. We all need sensitive, soft, feminine, emotional energy from our woman. If you're not getting that from a woman, cut her off immediately and block her on everything. Like, you don't need her to have access to you because she's not equipped to be what you need her to be. And if you try to do it anyway and try to be with her anyway, you're going to get caught up and you're going to get jammed up and all your energy going to be drained and you're going to have to rebuild yourself again. Stop rebuilding yourself. Build yourself one time and then just maintain the building that is you.